Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. In this video, this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to talk about decks that I've created for myself. So if you're not interested in seeing decks that you can't buy, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're kind of interested in the process I went through, why I did it, and potentially how you could do it for yourself, then this video is for you. So let's get started. The first one is not the first one that I made, but this box is going to be recognizable to a lot of you. Tarot of the She. I didn't love the artwork in this deck. The faces were a little too alien for me, so but I liked the guidebook, and I liked that has like little poems plus keywords for each card. I loved the backs. I did trim it a little bit because it used to fill the box. Now it's not quite full. And I wanted a Halloween deck. And none of the Halloween decks that I saw quite fit for me. So what did I do? Well, I went to the secondhand store, lots of secondhand stores, multiple times, and got children's books. Some Halloween books, some just, you know, kind of crazy artwork. I found a Dr. Seuss art book. So make sure this is lined up good. So after I trimmed the cards, I kept the numbers and the titles on each one. And I just started going through the books, finding pictures that I felt were Halloween-y, plus obviously were representative of whatever the card was. And I tried to match it too with the poems in the book. So, and I cut them out, found, you know, it wasn't an entirely simple task, because not only did I need to find artwork that I felt worked, but also that fit size-wide on the card. I guess I could have, you know, taken a picture and printed it out, resized it, and that already made me tired just saying all of that. So, some of these are even, you know, from nature books to wolves. Some of them are from mythology books, some of them are from dragon. Some of them aren't even like Halloween-y, but still to me felt like they had the right vibe. This is Stella Luna. This is from something that I'm going to get to for my other decks. It's a book about Persephone, something about unicorns. Persephone again. I forget what this book was. Some kind of maze book. And mythology. I forget, some night book. I forget which one. And I'm super Dracula. I'm super happy with how this came out. Like, this is my deck. And it helped me, Dr. Seuss, in addition to just having fun making it and making a deck that works for Halloween for me, this was also a study exercise, because, you know, I spent a lot of time on each card researching what is the meaning of that card, what artwork would fit and still be fun, what to answer 10. Let me go a little faster. So this helped me understand and deepen my understanding of the cards. It's from Lord of the Rings book, Where the Wild Things Are. Persephone again. I forget which one this was. A lot of them from that book about Persephone. So not only did I have a lot of fun, excuse me, but I learned more about tarot because I studied it while I was doing this. So that is my reworking of the Tarot of the She into a Halloween deck. And it is chunky, but because I trimmed it down, it's not so tall, I can overhand shuffle it now. So the next two decks that I made, one is a tarot and one's an oracle, are bird decks. And the artwork that I used in main part, but not entirely, are from these art catalogs, art museum catalogs that's I found at a secondhand store. And then when I went online to see if I could, look how pretty that is, if I could get more of these catalogs, I found at the website, which I will share in the links below, that they sold the older versions of these catalogs, depending on how old, from between $5 and $10. So I ordered a bunch of them. And these are just so pretty, and I am so happy with the results. Let's talk about that. So my first attempt at making a deck at all for myself was to make an oracle. So I found some cards that were from some trivia game at a secondhand store, and on the back I just used tissue paper and glued it on. I used this spray adhesive. That maybe is a better glue. I don't know. That one seemed to work pretty well. And then I used, so let me grab a piece of one of these papers. Where is it? So then I cut out for each card, cut out the art, and I also cut out the description from the catalog because it had like something about the artist, and a lot of times the artist would describe their artwork, and I used that as my jumping off point for my descriptions that I created in the little guidebook that I created for it. Just got this little notebook and then wrote in it for each one. Gave it a keyword and copied the artist notes in here. And if the artist notes were not very interpretive, or sometimes they just didn't have artist notes, then I would do some research. What is the symbology or meanings of that bird in different cultures? And then I glued the artwork on the front, and I glued, just used some paper and made a little keyword thing, and glued that on there. Used Sharpies to write with. I sprayed these with some, like an oil-based urethane, I think. And so you'll see there's going to be some where I had to glue over because it made the pen bleed. So you can see here kind of the numbers are bled on these were actually some of the first ones I made. So this was a big learning experience for me in making my own deck and what the process would be. But again, I am like super, super happy with this. It's a harpy eagle. And I feel really, this is a blue-footed booby. I feel really attached to this deck. It means a lot to me. But you could, it's a secretary bird. Someone was asking, I think in the alley, because I belong to the alley Facebook group, someone wanted a secretary bird card. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, you could do this. Doesn't need to be birds. You don't have to, but you could find art that you like, maybe, you know, online, and you just print them out and glue them on cards, or, you know, you find a catalog that you stumble across like I did, and I mean, I wasn't looking for art to make a deck for myself, but when I saw it, I was like, I could make a deck for myself with this. So I have 48 cards. It seems like a good number. It's pretty chunky too, but and they're stiff. There's no way that they overhand nicely. So let's just pull one. So reveal. Let's see what we got in there. So 17. What do I have for a reveal? It's a Nuttall's woodpecker. And I have, I don't have, so I haven't finished this, so I don't have keywords for this yet, but the artist notes are, I've recently been paying closer attention to the birds visiting our backyard. Last October, I saw a Nuttall's woodpecker for the first time perched in an old walnut tree. I liked the way the stripes on its back mirrored the pattern of the leaves, yet I didn't want the woodpecker to be the first thing the viewer sees. When I birdwatch, typically I'm first aware of the vegetation and then the birds reveals themselves. Here, the gnarled, textured, twisted branch had to be exciting enough to get noticed before the bird. Prior to starting a work, I set a problem to solve to challenge myself. In this case, it was to use new colors, especially blue-green hues. So out of that, I took the word reveal because he talked about I'm first aware of the vegetation and the bird reveals itself. So that is my bird oracle deck. Let's look at my bird tarot. So I used the same catalogs, same artwork out of those catalogs, and I set to researching every single card again. This was a tarot deck that I ended up not getting on with at all, but it wasn't too thick, so, and it's still flexible, but there's no way, it's chunky, there's no way this is, I can ruffle shuffle this. But anyway, so same glue, same process, and there's the Fool. This bird is actually French bad, Le Batailleur, maybe that's how you say that word. Anyway, that is actually what the Magician is called in some of the older French decks, so I thought that that was like really fitting. I only have numbers on the majors. And these are in order, so the Lovers, because Trumpeter Salons, Mate for Life. I thought this was like, when I saw this card, I'm like, oh, that's the Chariot. Strength. Justice. It's about balance. Hanged One. Upside down. It's Temperance. Devil. Star. Knew that was the star when I saw it. Judgment. I like that one for Judgment. And the World. And we have the Wands. And I just used these metallic gel pens. What brand are they? Signal or something. I'll share a link. Anyway, that worked really well. So we've got the Wands. This is from a child's book, Book of Aesop's Fables, I think. It's another children's book. found a book about penguins. So there's some of this artwork is not from the art catalog itself. It's photography instead, but still very artistic. I like this for the Ace of Cups. So again, you know, this again helped me while I was studying the meanings of the cards, and I like how the rainbow is reflected in all of the colors of the birds. But I'm like super attached to this. I love this for the Ace of Swords. I mean, I love all these cards and I like this for the Three of Swords instead of having something stabbed. They're dead, yeah, but it's a little different take. That one's for you, Meredith. But again, it helped me deepen my understanding. And maybe not all of these are like, you're not getting why I would choose that image for that thing, but it's you know, after spending so much time, I love this one I love all the aces. Like, really feel like they came out really good. And I had so much fun doing this. Like, this was a very, very fun exercise. Just bringing back the food. This one was fun. Puffins, love puffins. Had to have a puffin in it. And I think the artwork is beautiful, and it's a way, you know, that I get to appreciate that artwork on top of just having a deck that I feel super, super connected to. So those are the decks I made for myself. If you'd like to see a how-to video, I'd be happy to do that. If you have any comments or questions at all, I'd love to hear them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know what you think. So thanks for watching. And as always, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Have a great day. Bye. It is July of 2022, and it is time for another deck giveaway. This time it is the Osho Zen Tarot. So this is a deck that I bought and really tried to connect with, so I didn't, I ran out of my Amazon return window. So it's not worth trying to sell because it's, you know, it's mass market, it's not expensive. By the time, you know, I sell it for $5 and then the $10 shipping, it's just like, just what, why? So I'm gonna give it away. Lisa Pepez is the one who convinced me to get this because she loves it. It was her first deck. In theory, okay, it's black and white. In theory, I would like it because the artwork is pretty. The colors are pretty, but it's just not my jam. So there are plenty of I'll go really fast, but there are plenty of walkthroughs of this deck. If you want to go and see, is this a deck I would like to try to win for free. You can do that somewhere else. Probably Lisa Pepez at Supportive Tarot. I'm sure she has gushing walkthroughs because I'm sure I watched them, and that's how I got convinced to get this deck. But like I said, it's just not my jam. So I'm not even going to show all the cards. And that's pretty. See, that's pretty. That's pretty. But it just, you know, it doesn't ring my bell. So if you'd like to win it, You can comment below in this video with the word Zen and whatever else you want to say. And any video that I post in the month of July of 2022 that I have this at the end of, or where I mention the drawing somewhere and what keyword you should be entering in the comments, then you can enter as many times as you want. And each entry will get you another little piece of paper in my bowl, so it will increase your chances. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and good luck.